we're all just human beings, right?
True.
Plain and simple, living on this rock.
Right.
Okay, so it shouldn't matter what color you are. I don't think that's not the way it was planned. It was just planned for us all to look different and then love one another, and then that's it, right? But we're here because of what you created. You created race. You created the divisions so that you could feel more superior than someone else. So when that's threatened because you're weak, then things like this continue to happen. So when I say, black people, are you safe? The time has come for you to know that when you step out randomly, just like any other person, but more so you, there's somebody coming after you.
What up, everybody? Special episode of Conscious by Nature, man. We're gonna be real conscious today, man. So I'm the champ. That's the scholar. That's the genius, and we're gonna get right into this one.
So, black people, right? Black and brown people, we talking. There's been mass shootings, right? We watched a lot of young lives lost, Uvalde and other situations, but Buffalo, in the grocery store, man, I know we ain't hit on it. A lot of people have been asking us to talk about it. The young man comes in there, white supremacist ideology, N-word on his gun. Right here in Ohio, on the 13th of June, a law is going to go into effect where you don't need to have a concealed carry license to carry a firearm. So it's pretty much become an open carry. It's like Texas here. Are we safe, black people? Laws like that being passed aren't for you to be safe. Are you ready for that? Everywhere we turn, there's being things passed to take us further back. We talked about CRT several times on these shows, right?
All the time.
Taking the books out of libraries and schools so kids cannot learn about the great histories of yesteryear that were black.
Even that, taking out yesteryear, you know what? For me personally, it's more about erasing the past so they can have an excuse to repeat it.
No doubt.
I think that's the basis of the ideology that they using. Because at 19 years old, man, like, why are you racist in America? What is the agenda behind that? As we all work and live and have to go to school and do all these things together, and we always talk about togetherness, but then you got police officers talking about killing off generations of black people.
Yeah, man. I mean, the murderer, because they like to paint these murderers as just a young kid that had mental health issues.
Mental health, he's a killer.
I mean, he was on one of those message boards during the pandemic. And he believes in the white replacement theory, which means that we're trying to replace them.
We ain't trying to replace them.
Nah, we ain't.
But it's happening. It ain't our fault.
You know, if those that choose to be evil and hate people based on the color of their skin were with the we're all just people mentality, we'd be okay. Because when it comes down to it, we're all just human beings, right?
True.
Plain and simple, living on this rock.
Right.
Okay, so it shouldn't matter what color you are. I don't think that's not the way it was planned. It was just planned for us all to look different and then love one another, and then that's it, right? But we're here because of what you created. You created race. You created the divisions so that you could feel more superior than someone else. So when that's threatened because you're weak, then things like this continue to happen. So when I say, black people, are you safe? The time has come for you to know that when you step out randomly, just like any other person, but more so you, there's somebody coming after you. It ain't safe for I think about my mother, my wife, my kids when they're at school. Is somebody or some kid going to target them randomly?
What you got, TP?
This is a heavy topic, several layers to it. Black people, are you safe? Question. We've never been safe, right? The system is not designed for us to win and be safe, right? To about the mass shootings. Listen, I think that are there just a wacko that just goes about his business and kills folk because he's got that ideology in him? Yes, but then I also think that there's a government line too.
No doubt.
All right, that we breeding them. Are we breeding them?
No, I think it's deeper than that. I think that they want to remove the guns from people, right? So now we're talking about your constitutional rights to bear arms, things of that nature. Okay, so that's another play at hand too.
Were they putting these mass shootings into play, saying that people aren't safe out here, so now we got a reason to pull guns from people, take their weapons from people, and then once you do that, that's when they step in and try to take over the country and push this agenda and push that agenda, like they pushing this agenda on abortion and attacking all the women in the nation right now. Like, that shit is real crazy because these is elected officials. See, for real, with that abortion shit, by rights, by constitutional right, you have the right to take that shit over the state, the city, all that, because the government is not working for you. And these are elected officials passing laws that you don't want. So, this whole thing is like, I understand, damn, that was deep where you took that, how they pushing the mass shootings to really pushing forward their own agenda.
So like last year, we talked briefly about this because there was another shooting. I can't remember exactly where that shooting was.
And how about that? It's so many. It's over 240 mass shootings this year.
Oh, yeah, and it's going to continue to grow. All right, and we brought up Behold the Pale Horse. I told you guys to go read the book. I told you what was in the book. All right, you're going to see the uptick on mass shootings, school shootings, hospital shootings.
The government encouraged the manufacture and importation of military firearms for the criminals to use. This is intended to foster a feeling of insecurity, which would lead the American people to voluntarily disarm themselves by passing laws against firearms. Using drugs and hypnosis on mental patients in a process called Orion, the CIA inculcated the desire in these people to open fire on schoolyards and thus inflame the anti-gun lobby. This plan is well underway and so far is working perfectly.
Because there's an underlying thing they're trying to get done. All right? Yes, I would like, meaning the powers that be, white supremacy, would like to get rid of as many black people as I possibly can. Right? We told you why they're trying to do that, because their numbers are dwindling. Right? The birth rate is slow. They're dying off before they birth them up. Right? So they want, by 2040, majority black and brown nation.
Ben Wattenberg was a brilliant Jewish man who was a member of the American Enterprise Institute, and he wrote a book, the first paragraph of which says, "The main problem confronting the United States today is there aren't enough white babies being born in this country." He was an advisor to presidents of the United States. He wrote the book in 1987. He says if we don't change this and change it rapidly, white people will lose their numerical majority in this country, and this will no longer be a white man's land. Finding out now, recently, that within 30 years, white people will be in the numerical minority in this country is going to be traumatic. White people are scared to death right now, particularly white males. They're scared to death that they are going to lose their power in the future. And they are. But if you want to get ready for the future, if you want to be treated well in the future, treat others well in the present. What we do in the present constructs the future.
There's several layers to this onion. To us, speaking on black and brown, strap up.
Straight up.
Listen, man.
Got to.
Put something on. Get something.
Stay ready so you always ready, man.
To that, stay ready. Be vigilant. Right? Don't be so willy-nilly. Man, kind of scope the scene. If it feels funny, if it smells funny, it is funny.
Got to be cautious. You got to know what's going on.
Now, I think it was it might have been Philadelphia or whatever, Well, there was another shooting, I think, at a restaurant or something like
man.
that, or a club or something like that. And I believe somebody had their piece on him.
Yep.
I think it was a woman.
And she laid him down too.
Laid him down.
That would be me, laying him down.
So what I would advise people to do as we close out 2022 is, hey man, really think about strapping up, carrying, getting your concealed carry, and protecting yourself.
You don't even need it.
I'm just saying, like, but see, you know the rules are going to be changed and flipped up.
Yeah, the rules, it ain't for us.
That's what I'm saying.
It's
like,
for them.
So you still got to be legal with your shit.
And you know what? It don't even matter. Even if you got it, they still shoot you. You know, they say when you pull you over and you got it, you're supposed to tell them. When I tell them, they're going to be like, oh, you got a gun. Because it's me. Mm-hmm. Right? I saw a woman, she was in court speaking on this very thing about how we're disproportionately impacted by these gun laws and about mass shootings and things like that. She says that 18-year-old murderer got that AR for his birthday. She said her son, 17, she got him a new video game system, some pizza, some cake, and some shoes.
Oh, yeah, I seen that interview. She said for his 16th birthday, they got him a shotgun.
A shotgun.
Yeah, and for her son's 16th birthday, he got some headphones, a video game, a cake.
You know what I'm saying? See, but that's not unheard of for me. Being in this world and you know, being around white people. They tell me, oh, I got a rifle when I was 12 and blah, blah, blah. My parents ain't never bought me no gun. But that is common culture for them. To arm themselves and go shooting. We ain't thinking like that. The gun stores is running out of guns. You think that's us buying them? It's them. Buying up all the guns and ammo for what? Looking for a war that we're not even prepared for because we ain't with it. But they don't care if you with it. You gotta be cautious for yourself. I'm not telling you to kill nobody, man. I'm just telling you to protect yourself from crazies. That's what I'm saying on this show.
You know what you said, this war. And there's two wars being fought here, right? There's a war against us, and then there's a war against the government.
Yeah.
So you see people training for that.
Yeah, man.
But it also training the kids' mind to take out us.
Well, I mean, if you're going against the government, what you think you're going to do on the way there? Right, you're going to take as many as you can on the way out, on your way to the government, right? Stop playing, man.
So it's just really wild, you know, and it just becomes more and more aggressive every day.
Every day. And it's sad because, like, it wasn't this aggressive. We thought we was turning a corner, but then 45 got in the office and the whole world spent on his
Twist
ear.
up. I mean,
and people start really showing their true feelings and how they really felt and what it really was and how they was really hiding. And now it's so bold and brave and in your face now.
There's a senator out of Arizona, I'm pretty sure. I heard him say on a podcast that we don't need gun control because of the Uvalde mass shootings and the things in Buffalo. He said the gun problem comes from gangs and blacks and black communities. Said it just like that. He said that's the problem with guns right there. Said it. Got no problem with saying that. Things like that. Racially charged things don't even move the needle. Many people don't even talk about that. That would have been front page news 6-7 years ago. That man would have been crucified in the media. Now it's nothing.
Nah, they just hide that, wipe that shit under the rug now. Let that shit fly.
So it don't matter that he said something that was racially
because they
biased.
Pushing that shit.
He's not getting kicked out of office. He's not getting reprimanded. Don't matter. If things like that and hearing those things don't heighten you or awaken you to what's really happening, you need to open your eyes.
What you got on that TP? Anything?
Nah, I'm cool, man.
Yo, we out, man. Good topic today, D. Lamar, man. That was fire, man. The champ, the scholar, the genius. This is Conscious by Nature.
Yeah, man.
Stay conscious, everybody.